you for hanging in there with me all throughout the Brand's World Merry Christmas special. We have earned my top 10 sports stories of the year. We have played Fair or Foul, aka True or False, with my man Jalen Samzik. You've heard me give the WB Slammy Awards for the year 2025. You heard me talk all things NFL, college football, professional wrestling with my man Austin Arnold, which means it is time to now officially put 2025 in the rear view mirror and finish off the Brandon's World 2025 Merry Christmas special by giving my 2026 predictions in sports. Before I do so, I want to recap what my predictions were in 2024 heading into 2025 in sports. So, spoiler alert, all of these are complete misses. So take this with a grain of salt. Besides, one could come true, though hasn't necessarily came true yet. There's a question mark behind it. That one being that Bill Belichick will only be coaching 1 year in North Carolina. Again, we'll see on that. My other predictions were Travis Kelce and Aaron Rodgers will both retire. I thought Kelce was going to be done regardless if he won the Super Bowl or not. He obviously came back for one more run. I didn't think Aaron Rodgers would make his way to Pittsburgh. I thought Aaron would just say to the Jets debacle, you know what? I'm finished. And obviously both those guys I think could retire this year. I think I was a year too early on that. I got one of these two right. I said not only will John Cena, but I also said The Rock was going to take the world championship from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. And my prediction was that The Rock and John Cena will both win the world titles. Obviously, Cena did. The Rock did not. I said Joel Embiid or Giannis Antetokounmpo will be traded. And technically, at the time of this recording, we still have a little bit of time to the end of the year to see if Giannis will be traded. But technically, I was wrong because I thought it was going to happen in the offseason, and I thought Philadelphia was going to eat their losses on Joel Embiid, who was still yet not playing along with Paul George, and they have turned that franchise around, led by Tyrese Maxey. But I was wrong on both those sports. I said that Deion Sanders will join Shedeur Sanders wherever he went. I pointed out the Cowboys trading Dak Prescott to get Shedeur Sanders and putting Deion with him. And Jerry Jones decided to stay with Dak Prescott and hire Brian Schottenheimer. So that was a move that I thought Jerry Jones was done resting on his morals. He was going to make a big splash. He did. He traded Michael Parsons. I said Otani will come back and he will win the NL Cy Young. He just did not come back in time. He did not make enough starts. They really saved his pitching, which again is explainable. I mean, the Dodgers are back-to-back world champions. Can't blame them for doing that. And then I did get this one right. I said UConn won't win 3 straight men's national titles, and I was right on that. So now let's get into what are my predictions in sports in 2026. So I'm going to go by sport here to start it off. In the NFL, I think the brotherly shove will unfortunately for me be banned. It hasn't been successful as it was in years past. I think teams are starting to figure it out, especially when the Eagles are not on the goal line and Jalen Hurts cannot extend the ball over. But between the false start penalties, between the whining of the officials, between the Eagles running it 4 straight plays in that Thursday night game and the Giants player getting hurt on it, I just think the NFL doesn't want to deal with it anymore. I think they're going to find a way to either change the rule, outlaw the play. I don't think they're going to say specifically the brotherly shove is going to be banned. And they're going to change the rule where you cannot do pushing from behind. You cannot drag players in a pile, which every team does it now. Just the Eagles do it better than everybody else. I don't think the NFL wants to see it. They think it's a rugby play, and there's been so much controversy around it this year. I think by March the brotherly shove will no longer be a thing. In college football, I'm going to predict that Lane Kiffin, he may make the college football playoff. Now, the SEC with Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, we know about LSU, but Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, it is ridiculously stacked. There is no guarantee, in my opinion, that Lane Kiffin will make the college football playoff. But to go on the safe side, this is what I'll add. Even if Lane Kiffin makes the CFP, his first year, he's not going to win a playoff game. That is my prediction. I think Wayne is a good coach. We saw it took him time a little bit to build it at Ole Miss. He may get better recruiting at LSU. But I just mentioned with the good teams in the SEC now, and obviously the Big Ten is loaded, I think college football is more even than ever. And I think it's going to be tough for Wayne Kiffin. I think more tougher than he realized. So I'll say he won't win a playoff game that first year at LSU. In the NBA, I am predicting two things. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they're going to break the Golden State Warriors record of 73-9. They're going to have a 74-8 season or better. They're going to have a historic all-time NBA regular season, but just like the 73-9 Golden State Warriors, the second part of my prediction, which may cost me, is they will not win back-to-back NBA championships. In Major League Baseball, I'm going to say that, the Toronto Blue Jays had an emotional loss in Game 7. I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from that. And the LA Dodgers, I mean, they won back-to-back World Series. They have the talent, they have the roster. Clayton Kershaw goes off with a second straight ring. But I think even with that talent on there and how good they could be, their bullpen really had trouble throughout the entire postseason. Even the World Series, their bullpen struggled. I think it's just going to be really hard. The Padres are obviously getting better. You have the Phillies there. You have the Brewers. You got the Cubs. In the American League, I think the Yankees will bounce back. I think the Red Sox are going to be able to compete. You got the Tigers still there. You got the Astros. You got the Mariners. There's so many good teams in baseball that I think that neither the Blue Jays or the Dodgers will make it back to the World Series. I'm predicting that neither team will make it back to the World Series next year. Then in WWE, I am predicting that Cody Rhodes will turn heel this year. I've already talked about it in multiple shows that I do believe that Roman Reigns is going to win the 2026 Royal Rumble and will challenge Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania 42. During that match, The Rock will come out for the first time since the Elimination Chamber. Roman Reigns will think The Rock is here to get his revenge on Cody Rhodes. Instead, he hits Roman with the rock bottom. Cody covers him. We get corporate champion Cody Rhodes. There's not a lot left to do with Cody Rhodes at this point. He's been the undisputed champion for almost 2 years. He's gone for everybody. He's at a bitter attitude more so at the end of this year than at the start of last year. Again, I think Cody's gone for almost every heel he possibly could. It's time to do something different with Cody Rhodes. Yes, he's QB1. Yes, he's the captain. But WWE is going to want a major storyline in 2026 because John Cena retirement, I think, is going to lose them viewership. And I think this will be what brings the fans back. And I do think Braun Breaker, and I'm predicting this to happen at WrestleMania, but I do think by the end of the year, and it could even be on that January 5th Raw, but at some point in 2026, Braun Breaker will win a world title, whether it's the Undisputed Championship or what I am predicting will be the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw. But he will win a world championship. And in college basketball, I think, again, very simply, with these stars that are in college basketball now, the sport is slowly returning to form. I think people like it way more than the NBA. There's still a lot for March Madness tournament. I think that those ratings will continue to go up. And I have one more sort of miscellaneous prediction that whether it's Ohio State in college football, the Thunder, which could be in the NBA, which would obviously make my one prediction wrong, the Dodgers in the MLB, which would obviously make my MLB prediction wrong, or my Eagles in the NFL, or college basketball, or any sport, I think we're going to have a back to back champion. That's my one miscellaneous prediction. I think the best one to do it will be Ohio State. I think they're clearly the best team in the country. But I think at some point in the major sports, college football, college basketball, Major League Baseball, the NFL, which I give my Eagles still a pretty good shot to do. The NBA, obviously, I give the Thunder a good shot. And obviously, the Dodgers always have a shot. I think we're going to have a back-to-back champion in sports. Like we did with the Dodgers this year, I think we will have it again next year in sports. So again, in the NFL, I think the brotherly shove will be banned. In college football, I don't think Wayne Kiffin is going to win a playoff game his first year at LSU. He may make the playoff, but I don't think he's going to win one. In the NBA, I think the Thunder will be breaking the Golden State Warriors all-time record of 73-9, but they will not win the title. In Major League Baseball, I don't think the Blue Jays or the Dodgers will make it back to the World Series. In WWE, I think Braun Breaker will win a world championship, and I think Cody Rhodes will eventually turn heel. The John Cena moment of 2026. And in college basketball, I do think the March Madness ratings will top what they were in 2025. And again, I do think at some point we will have a back-to-back champion in sports next year.